In the vibrant village of Adumasa, where the rhythm of drums echoed through the hills and the scent of fresh palm wine filled the air, there was a young woman named Abena. Her beauty was like the glow of the first morning sun, bright and irresistible. But her beauty was not only skin deep. Abena's heart was as kind as it was pure, and this made her the jewel of the village. Every young man dreamed of winning her heart, but it was Kwame, the humble blacksmith, who had captured her love. Their love story was the talk of the village. Kwame, strong and dedicated, had carved a future out of iron and sweat, while Abena, with her grace and generosity, had softened his rough edges. Their wedding was to be the grandest event Adumasa had ever seen, with people from neighboring village traveling far and wide to witness the union of these two beloved souls. As preparations for the wedding began, Abena's family hut buzzed with activity. Women weaving kente cloth, elders offering blessings, and the village drummers practicing their beats. Yet, amidst the joy, the excitement, there was one person who remained watchful and quiet. Nana Efua, Abena's grandmother, a woman respected for her deep knowledge of the spiritual world. One evening, a few days before the wedding, Nana Efua called Abena into her room, her voice heavy with seriousness. "My child, the day of your union is approaching. It is a day of great joy, but it is also a day when you must be most cautious." Abena smiled, assuming her grandmother was about to give her advice on marriage. "Yes, Nana, I will listen carefully to your wisdom." But Nana Efua's expression was grief. "I'm not talking about marriage, child. I'm talking about the wedding day itself. Listen carefully. On that day, do not allow anyone to hug you." Abena frowned, surprised. "But Nana, a wedding is a celebration." "Oh, surely everyone will want to embrace me out of love and joy. How can a hug be harmful?" Nana Efua leaned closer, her voice lowering to a whisper. "Not everyone who smiles at you wishes you well. Some come to the weddings with envy in their hearts, hiding their jealousy behind false joy. In our culture, a hug is not just a simple gesture. It is a way for spirits, both good and bad, to transfer from one person to the other. Your spirit will be open on that day, your aura unguarded in your happiness. Anyone with evil intentions could use that moment to plant something dark within you, using diabolical names." Abena's heart skipped at a beat. She had grown up hearing stories of curses and evil spirits, but she had never imagined that something so simple as a hug could be dangerous. "Do you really believe that someone could harm me on my wedding day, Nana?" Nana Efua sighed. "Many years ago, there was a bride named Akosua, who was as beloved as you are today. She was the envy of the village, her beauty unmatched, and her husband a wealthy merchant. On the day of their wedding, she welcomed everyone with open arms, not knowing that among her guests was a childhood friend who carried jealousy deep in her heart." The old woman's voice dropped lower. This friend had gone to a witch doctor, seeking a charm to ruin Akosua's happiness. The witch doctor gave her a small talisman, enchanted with dark magic, and told her to pass it to Akosua through a hawk. The friend embraced Akosua on her wedding day, smiling and whispering congratulations while secretly slipping the curse into Akosua's spirit. That night, Akosua fell ill. Within days, she was gone. Her beauty faded, her health withered, her once bright future turned to dust, all from a single hug. Abena grasped her mind, spinning the dark imagery of the story. What happened to her friend? The truth did not come out until many months later, Nana Afua replied. By then, it was too late. Akosua's family had been destroyed by grief, and her husband left the village, heartbroken. The friend, consumed by guilt, eventually confessed, but by then, the damage had been done. Abena's hands trembled. The thought of her joyous day being tainted by jealousy and evil shook her to her core. She could picture the smiles of her friends, but now a small part of her wondered who among them might hide darker feelings. But Nana, Abena said, how can I tell who means me harm? Not everyone shows their jealousy, Nana Afua smiled gently. This is why we don't take chances. A bride is at her most vulnerable on her wedding day. Her spirit is open because she is transitioning into a new life. Even if you cannot see the harm, you must protect yourself from it. When people come to embrace you, simply smile and offer your hands. Keep a distance. A handshake or a warm greeting will surface. The true well-wishers will understand. It is not out of rudeness, but protection. The old woman placed a protective charm on Abena's hand. Wear this on the day, and remember, I have told you. Your happiness is precious, and not all who come to witness it will want to see it flourish. The wedding day, on the morning of the wedding, Abena was a vision of beauty. Her kente gown, woven with gold threads, shimmered into sunlight. Her hair intricately braided and was adorned with golden beads, and her skin glowed with radiance of love. Kwame stood tall beside her, proud and overjoyed to make Abena his wife. As the guests arrived, music filled the air and laughter echoed through the village square. People came far and wide, some carrying gifts, others offering their blessings. But Abena, mindful of her grandmother's word, remained caution. Every time someone approached her with outstretched arms, she would gracefully step back, offering a handshake or a smile instead of a hug. Some guests looked confused, others looked disappointed, but Nana Afua stood nearby, watching with a knowing eye. She noticed a woman standing at the edge of a crowd, her eyes fixed on Abena with a strange intensity. This woman had been a close friend of Abena, but in recent years, jealousy has strained their relationship. She had not congratulated Abena on her engagement and seemed out of place among the joyful guests. When the woman approached, Nana Afua's heart tightened. She moved closer, watching as the woman extended her arms for a hug. Her smile too wide, too forced. Abena, feeling a strange chill in the air, remembered her grandmother's warning and subtly stepped back, offering her hands instead. The woman smiled, faltered, and for a brief moment, her eyes flashed with something dark. Anger, envy. But before she could react, Abena's smile remained warm but distant, and the woman was forced to shake her hands and stepped away. The day continued without incidents, and the wedding was a grand success. As the sun set and the festivities wound down, Nana Afua approached Abena and whispered, "You did well, my child. The one who meant you harm has been defeated. Not with a force, but with wisdom. Abena felt a wave of relief. She hadn't known who to trust, but her grandmother's teachings had saved her from a silent enemy. She looked up at the night sky, the stars twinkling above, and knew that her future was safe, protected by her ancestors, her family, and her own vigilance. The implications of ignoring this tradition: many cultures, especially in parts of Africa, there is a deep belief that physical contact, especially on significant days like weddings, can transfer spirit and spiritual energy. Some people carry jealousy, envy, or ill will towards the bride, and through something as innocent as a hug, they may attempt to place a curse or a negative energy upon her. Ignoring this wisdom can lead to severe consequences. Unexplained illness: a bride who is cursed may fall ill shortly after the wedding with no apparent cause or cure. Misfortune in marriage: negative energy can manifest in discord between the newlyweds, causing unnecessary fights, mistrust and tension. Loss of happiness, and some believe that joy of a wedding can be stolen, leaving the brides feeling constantly unhappy or unsatisfied. Therefore, the tradition of not allowing hugs on wedding day is not just a superstition, but a practice born out of ancient wisdom, protecting the bride's happiness, health, and future from those who harbor ill intent, whether knowingly or unknowingly. And so, Abena's wedding day became not only a celebration of love, but also a lesson passed down to future brides. Guard your happiness, for it is precious, and not all who smile at you wish you well. Thank you guys for watching.